When we decided to do this tour, we decided we'd do it acoustic because we hadn't done it in such a long time, like I told you earlier. And initially we were like, do we do it as a duo? And then we were like, no, we should definitely do it as a three-piece. And then as we got closer to the date, we got really worried about being boring. So then we were like, let's do it as a four-piece. And so one of our friends here, did someone just go, sorry for the person sitting next to them. Anyway, we decided we were going to add a fourth musician because there was so much guitar and we really felt like it would be missing if we didn't. And so I was texting randomly with a friend of mine who was like, oh, I'm done my gig doing Headwood on Broadway and I'm looking for a gig and if you know of anyone. And I said, oh, actually I do know someone. I'll give their manager your information, expect a call from them soon. And then had one of our managers call him and tell him that we were here to play with Tegan and Sara. And it was 100% the opposite of it's amazing having him around. He volunteers every single day for our foundation. He's got such an amazing spirit and he's so fucking talented. Huge round of applause to Mr. Tegan. On a scale of 1 to 10, how stressed out were you when everyone started clapping during Now I'm All Messed Up? 7? 11. Wow. We get so stressed out. It's so hard. It's so sweet when people clap, but as musicians on stage, it is so stressful because we're hearing like a click track so that we don't go crazy off time, and then, but you're slightly late because you're out there and time just travels. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. You're a great artist. Yeah, you're feeling it, but unfortunately you're feeling it just a couple milliseconds after. So Tim and I have talked about how it's so stressful because we're like, I don't do anything. Yeah, so I should get a sign that says, please, it's not your fault, but don't clap during this one. Just hold it up. Apparently, Bruce Springsteen is on Broadway right now, and when people start clapping during usually it happens apparently during Dancing in the Dark, he's just playing acoustic. Yeah. And he actually stops and is like, I've got this. That's awesome. All right, and so as soon as we established we weren't going to go out as a duo, and we'd been out on tour for 18 months with this guy. He joined us right at the beginning of the Love You to Death promotional cycle before the tour. And when we interviewed him, the second he walked out the door, I was convinced there's no way he was going to work for us because he played for over, was it 20 years? Like just 23 years he played with No Doubt. And I thought, there's no doubt that he's not going to take this gig because it's a huge step down. But we took it. Which I'm going to say is probably because of our sparkling personalities and Sarah's cats, but we have never looked back. He's just an incredible presence and just another amazing spirit, and we just love having him around. A huge round of applause for Tegan. So we've got just a few songs left. Just a few songs left, but we want to just take a second and say thank you so much for coming out. It's just been such a joyous week for us, and we really did look forward to tonight. But it wasn't just an anniversary show that we were putting on. It's also a fundraiser for the Tegan and Sara Foundation, which we launched this year. I won't get into too much detail because I don't want to run over time because we started a little bit late, but we launched the foundation because Sara and I at this point feel we are living our best life. We're in like bucket list territory at this point. We've been so lucky. We've made 8 records and traveled around the world. We've never had other jobs since we became adults, and pretty much every day is kind of like a pin shoe kind of moment in our lives. And I think at some point we recognized that that because we're queer, we were attracting a lot of queer people in our audience, especially women, but not exclusively women. And you know, we started to hear the struggles that they were going through, and we started to investigate. And you know, women are under-researched across the board, not just in our community, underrepresented, and we just really felt they were also underfunded. And so we've launched this foundation because we want to give back. we feel so lucky, and we feel like if there's just a small thing that we can do to help that community, then we want to. And you all did it tonight too, because $1 from your ticket went to the foundation. And if you've been listening to the con covers, or you bought any Tegan and Sara Foundation merch tonight, then you also contributed. So, but I'm glad not very many people clapped, because I wouldn't want you to get too excited by your generous nature, because there's so much more you can do still. So I'm bringing this up right now because there's only a few songs left, but when you leave tonight, my mom is running the Tegan and Sara Foundation booth, and no joke, and she is going to be standing there with jars, and you need to go into her wallet and give her $1, or she's going to feel like we are a failure as a band, and that our foundation isn't successful. And also, she's really nice, and so her and her partner are standing there with 2 other incredible old school long-term Tegan and Sara fans who generously volunteered tonight to also work at the Tegan and Sara Foundation booth. So we'd ask that if every single one of you tonight found $1 more to give to the foundation, it would be so incredible. And Sara and I promise to do great things with the money that the foundation raises. We certainly, as an indie rock band, we know how to stretch $1, and so we have some really exciting collaborations for Canada, and we're really committed to doing our part here. So thank you to you for giving, and I hope that you can find even 25 cents or $1 or $50 or $1,000. That would work as well. So we're going to just play these last few songs, but on behalf of all of us. Oh, hi. Oh, a donation. Okay, well, I'll come get it. This always ends badly. Hold on. Oh, I should probably take the stairs. It's extremely hazy out there. I can't really tell what's going on.
It's either the building is on fire or
something. Hi. It's TNSMom. Not our real mom, but TNSMom. Hi, how are you? Don't open it right now. Oh, open it right now. Oh, wow. I like how your confidence about how much you take. I don't want to set the bar too high for the rest of you, all right? Don't get discouraged if it was only $1 that you were going to give. That's still $1. Guys, every toonie counts. Yeah, every toonie counts. No toonie left. Carla says thank you. Well, it should really say you're welcome because you're giving to us. Oh, it's a check. That's very useful. I hope this doesn't bounce. Are you good for it? Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. All joking aside, you guys, I don't expect all of you to meet this, but this is a $4,000 check. Send a cool LGBTQ kid to camp and meet someone else who's LGBTQ. I mean, please, if you don't have the time, I don't know what's wrong with you, but if you could find 1 minute to go to the Tegan and Sara Foundation website, we're doing all sorts of fun stuff, and we promise you, it'll make you feel really good, especially after tonight. We're going to leave and feel a little bit sad. So, we're going to dedicate this one to TNSMom. Thank you so much.